Morning everyone, welcome to the channel. Now guys, you join me today on Loch Duich on the way to Isle of Skye. We're on a 4-day trip. I'm joined with Steve from Sparta Fishing that you've seen in other videos that I've done, especially when I've done the cod fishing down in Northumberland. And we're just having a few hours here. It's high tide just now, and fishing a little bit of the outgoing tide before we make our way further north to the Isle of Skye. I'll leave details and all that in the description of the accommodation. It's fantastic accommodation, a little cottage that we've got, and we'll be there for the 4 nights. So first cast into Loch Duich. I've just got a little soft plastic just now, just fishing the ledges here. We'll see how this goes. Really deep here. I'll probably put on a slow jig later on. It's drifting quite quick already. It's drifting, eh? Drifting quite quick, so I'm going to go straight on to a slow jig. Yeah, slow jig. 40 gram. You will hear a little bit of road noise in the background. Unfortunately, we're really close to the road here. So 40 gram, slow jig, twin assists. Let's chuck that out, 40 yards. Fish this ledge. It's a really steep drop off here. And the fish will nail you into this ledge if you don't bully them. Tighten up my drag and preparation. Yeah, it looks like the tide's just starting to turn now on the way out. I can see a bit of rip current starting to our left. As it's sinking, I just give a few jigs just to see, just in case they're sort of mid-water. That was a good 40 seconds drop. Tide's really carried the lure from there to there. The rod I'm using is just a 8.5 foot, it was 9 foot, top eye broke off. So it was a 20 to 50 gram rod, probably cast at least 80 to 90 with it now. It'd been a lot stiffer with the top eye missing. 22 pound braid, 4000 size reel. A little 4 foot, 25 pound fluorocarbon leader. Try a bit of a up-tide cast. Just a bit of a tip here, guys. You'll notice that I cast up tide, and when you're fishing in close proximity to someone else, especially when there's a big tide running, it's always worthwhile paying attention to what's happening around you. Now, even though I cast first and I've got a heavy jig on 40 grams, it will sink quicker than Steve to my left, and Steve's fishing a soft plastic, but it is more resistant in the tide and his lure will get carried a lot quicker. Even though he cast up tide, just notice what happens here. I think you've got mine. I think so. I'll just keep winding just so I don't little codlin. Cheers. Little codlin. Smashing. Try to let this go all the way to the bottom before I start my retrieve. Sometimes hard to know when you've hit the bottom because the tide's carrying the line as well. Fish on, guys. Try to get above that ledge. No, codlin. Codlin. Just a little guy, give you a quick show. Wee codlin, 3/4 of a pound or something. Get it back. 2 codlin, no Pollock. Thank you, buddy. Oh, lovely day. Try that again, casting a wee bit up tide this time. And it sink pretty close to the bottom, as close as I can get it anyway. There's nothing up in the upper column at the moment. As Steve's saying, just stick to the cod. Codlin. Be good to get a nice one. I'm sure there will be one or two. Very red in colour with the kelp. It must be close to the bottom. The water is just beautifully clear. You can see about 30 feet down. Nah, maybe not as much of that. 20 anyway. We're in again. Get above that ledge. Feels... that's hot. Got me on the ledge. Feels codlin-y. Oh no, it's a little Pollock. Little Pollock. Just need the big ones now. There's one thing for sure, they're very deep. I'm not going to let it sink as deep this time, just to see if there's anything sort of mid to bottom layer. caught on the ledge. Nice. Well, that hit like a train. There you go, guys. No bad one. 2.5, touching 3 maybe. Beautiful. Let's get this back. Thank you, buddy. So guys, the tide is really ripping through here. Probably pushing about 6 knots. It's whipping around the little bend here, so we've got a bit of slack water on the left and a really fast water to the right. And I've got a slow jig on just now, 40 grams. It's got a little bit of UV pigment in it. It is really deep here, so yeah, I've been plugging away, tried different lures, put the pink and silver with the UV pigment on and smashed it in the slack water here just on the edge of that rip current. I'm letting it sink about 30-40 seconds and just jigging and retrieving it. Because the slow jig, it should really be used vertical on a boat, but it's really good for deep water and that's why I chose it. Let's see if we can get another one. So as you can see, I'm really jigging this. Some might think it's a bit too much, but I've been watching Billy fishing on his channel and he does really well on the slow jigs in Norway. I've got twin assists on the jig and I will give you a close-up of it. So yeah, really glad we stopped off here on the way up to Skye. Nothing that time. So that's the slow jig. Twin assists. 40 grams. I'm just going to let this sink down. Good 30-40 seconds. And even then I don't think that's nowhere near the bottom. So we're about 10 miles from Skye Bridge and we're going to give it a few hours here before we head on to Skye. I can really feel that tide ripping. I think I might be into some weed. Well, this is Steve from Sparta Fishing UK, getting a nice pollock from Loch Duich, one of many that he caught on this trip. Got this one on a little fast jig, pink and silver. Guys, go and check his channel out. I will leave a link in the description. See how he's doing his own videos and on his future videos on Skye. Well guys, a few hours at Loch Duich. It was quite productive for a little while. 3 little codlin, some pollock. Steve done pretty well as well. But onwards and upwards, heading to Skye now. Stay tuned for that. Tight lines everyone, see you next time on Piscator UK.